about the show?
It's yet another cooking competition show, but this one very different. I mean, we work very hard to create as close to a meritocracy as possible, meaning a playing field where anyone who understands the basic nature of cooking, which is to presumably make people feel pleasure, make them happy, has a chance, whether they're a professional or an amateur.
Really?
Technique, presentation, sexy knife work, was none of these things, a sparkling personality, a tragic backstory, none of these things were features. We didn't know any of this. We're taking a spoonful of food and putting it in our mouths. Does it make us feel happy? Is it delicious? Does it take us someplace that, we've either never been before or think we've been before? That was the entire criteria.
No, we kept our innocence. We weren't entirely corrupted.
Really?
Mm.
And if, for instance, in another show where you know who's cooking, as a longtime professional chef, if I know you're a French-trained chef who's giving me this, I have certain expectations. I'm going to find myself saying, you should know better than to do this.
So they present you with one bite. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also for me, what's very important, since I'm there flying the flag for the home cook, is that, generally speaking, a chef's work is really geared towards presentation, and certainly the sort of food that gets seen on television. I mean, television is a visual medium, so of course more of that kind of wow factor food is going to be shown, so which can leave the home cook as a disadvantage. But if you're not looking, I mean, I actually found it easier when I was tasting, actually to taste with my eyes shut anyway. Often it means you can concentrate. You're only given one spoonful, so you can't afford not to concentrate. So that really did make it much fairer, because you couldn't just think, wow, this looks beautiful, because you weren't looking at it.
I think one of the most interesting things about the show is that you have 4 very jaded palates on these 4 judges. Okay,
Yeah.
We've eaten a lot of food, a lot of fine dining restaurants around the world at a lot of different places. The extent to which the non-professionals did well was a constant source of surprise.
Well, what does it take to impress you at this point? Because, you are so jaded.
Well, I think whether you're a trained chef or a veteran eater or not, who among us, if you claim to love food, you know food and you love food, we all respond, I'm sure I could speak for Nigella here, we respond very emotionally to just a good crust of bread and a perfectly ripe hunk of cheese. Or some good olive oil. We don't need much more than that. Is it good? Cooking is about control. Eating, ideally, is a very submissive position. You should really just sort of try to free your mind of prejudice and preconception and submit.
And I feel if you still feel resistant, then that says something about the food. I think...
Yeah, someone's messing with my head here. Someone's trying to impress me or dazzle me or...
you just want to be delighted. Just delight me.
Yes.
Well, then it seems like a tease. You get one bite and you find something amazing, and then you only get one bite.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not people who ever go hungry.